Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're either catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44, or my Facebook page, True Divine 44. Like, share, subscribe and comment on either or both of those platforms. It's greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who does that thus far. I'm putting out as much free content as I can, mainly via tarot. The daily energy reads have been a bit hit-y-missy. I'm trying to get out as many as I can. Obviously everybody's in the same position if they have children. Being at home, it's a little bit difficult to fit it in all of the time, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm putting out the monthly tarot readings for each sign for the month of April via tarot. Now again, because both of those are general, it's me picking up on the energy that I pick up on and translating that via tarot and bringing it to you. But because it is general, because it is a reading for the collective, some of it might resonate with you, some of it might not. It might all resonate with you, it might all not. Take what helps you, take what guides and inspires you, and leave the rest behind. So let's get on with it. This is for Virgo, and it's for the month of April 2020. Virgo. The first card, I've laid out 4 cards, a card for each week of the month, and then clarified each of those cards with another card. So for the first week, the first card is the 8 of Cups. So we have this moving away from something. Many of you moving away from old belief systems that you used to really stick by, that you felt you understood. Lots of things being untangled and undone from those belief systems right now. Lots of information coming into you that just doesn't bode well with this old belief system that you've had in place, or an old way of doing things. An old way of being just doesn't wash with you anymore, it doesn't fit with you anymore. There's also a build-up of relationships changing, in that not just relationships as in partners, lovers or anything like that, but all relationships, friendships, business partnerships, relationships. There's been a build-up, if this resonates with you, a build-up of small and big things that have built up to the point of where these relationships just don't fit with you anymore. Just like these cups are sort of stacked and layered on top of each other. And there's been gaps in between where you've managed to pull together and be okay, but it's come to the point now where it doesn't mesh with you anymore. These relationships just don't fit anymore, and there's this feeling of moving away. Now this is quite frustrating for some of you because of the ridiculous current circumstances that we're in. You feel a bit stuck physically, but very much emotionally you've already moved on. You've already made those steps emotionally within your heart to say that this isn't where I belong, or this isn't who I belong with. To clarify that, the 3 of Wands, and so there is this burning desire to fulfill these plans, that while you've been having some extra time on your hands to think and contemplate where you don't fit, you've also been having a lot of time on your hands to think and contemplate and plan about where you will fit, where you do feel you fit, where you want to be fitted into. So there's lots of plans here for a lot of Virgos to travel, to take the opportunity. Maybe a lot of you are feeling the effects of being controlled so much, so quickly, by outside circumstances outside of self, that all of a sudden, holidays that were planned had to be cancelled, or you didn't even have holidays in place, but you knew you were going to get away somewhere, or you were going to do a business trip, or an exploratory trip just of different parts of the world. And sometimes it's the saying of, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. So there's a real passion for, as soon as those borders open up again, to cross those borders and travel into those places that you have been thinking about lately, that you've been planning about lately. For lots of you, this does combine with business. This does combine with something that you want to be doing in the future. But the planning is going well, and the passion that is being stirred up within you is actually going to bode well for when you do make the not just emotional departure from current circumstances and current people, but physical departure, because you've fed into this energy, and you still are feeding into this energy more and more and more, and cutting off the energy source in the current circumstances that you're in emotionally. You're cutting that line off more and more and more. So the second card is also the Three of Wands. So we're repeating here, in that where I said you were feeding energy into these plans, these ideas, these travel plans, these wantings to explore and expand your field. The second week this carries on, it rolls into the second week, which is awesome, because you're building up, although it might feel a little frustrating, at the same time, you're building up that excitement, you're building up those plans, you're building up the ways that you can fulfill these plans, especially on travel. And as you're doing that, the horizon is opening up by the second week more and more and more. More ideas come to you, more ways, more means of you fulfilling these plans come to you, drop into your lap. To clarify that, we have the Hanged Man. So there's the balance between the excitement and the passion stirring for new horizons that need to be conquered and explored by you, with this balance of being patient, planning it, using the time that you're being patient in constructively, to depart from old belief systems, old relationships that don't work, and plan for new business, new ways of being, new beliefs, new knowings. Prefer to say, actually, I feel like you're moving away from belief systems altogether and coming into just knowing of thyself. With this character here, he has the wisdom and the discernment to know when time's up, when it's time to just let loose from this rope and go into these expanded fields. Now, he also has the wisdom, and a lot of you are showing this, Virgo, of this self-control, of this discernment, and really it's inspiring to see and read, actually, that many of you aren't falling into the trap of losing yourself in fear in these current circumstances, but instead using the time wisely, and using time that you wouldn't necessarily normally have in your day-to-day routine to plan these explorations, these travel plans, these business plans. So for you, it hasn't been quite as tough, because you have done what should be done, really, and use the time to go within self in this Hanged Man. Explore self, question what do I really want to be doing? What am I really missing here? What plans have I not fulfilled? What dreams did I have that I haven't explored yet? So you've actually used it as a gift rather than a punishment, rather than a control. You've used it as a gift. So that really is flipping the script on its head, and it's exactly what we all should be doing. For the third week, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is just loving coming up right now. And of course, this is about generosity, reciprocity, and giving and receiving in balance, in good balance, in that you receive as much as you give, and you give as much as you receive. You having that endless loop of gratitude and the pleasure of giving, but balancing the two, Now Virgos are very good at this. Virgos are very good at balancing all sheets, all from physical finance sheets to, I don't know what you would call them, to you know, balancing self within. But unfortunately, in this third week, for a lot of you, it does feel like you feel like you've had a bit of a shot to the heart from this, because it feels like those that you have given a lot to, i.e. the people around you that I'm picking up on, haven't received gratefully, and maybe haven't given back in any way at all, but rather than giving back, they've been continuing to just take. So there's this recognizing of that in this third week. There's this coming to terms with that in this third week. And it is a bit difficult because the people around you that you've been given to so much, you're quite used to giving to them. So even if their actions don't really deserve it, you still find it hard not to give. You still find it hard not to be that generous philanthropist, I think is the right word. But you have to go back to this hangman, in that having that wisdom and discernment to know when, to know how, to know who, to recognize what's really happening and pull back from it. To clarify that, we have another repeating card, and it's the Eight of Cups. So this is the week where you really seem to put the physical plan in motion to extract yourself from this network of people or this person, depending on your circumstances, from the first week here with this Eight of Cups, where, you know, emotionally you were already looking at the situation, you were already evaluating what was happening, but in the third week it comes into fruition where you actually physically are able to either start really making those plans to move away and extract yourself from those people, or there's just movement in it that you know, you can make those definite plans. They become much more solid in your mind. They become much more not easy, because these people you care about and actually you like giving, you have that generous heart, but a lot easier than if you hadn't had this period of contemplation, if you hadn't had this period of sight to see what was going on, to feel it, to know it, to not question yourself about it anymore. So this third week you just come into a knowing of who's who in your life, who's there for you as well as you being there for them. For the fourth week, which is pretty amazing, Virgo, for the fourth week we have other repeating cards, but they're together. So we have the Magician, another major arcana. So where you have this hangman in this position, upside down, going within, this Magician is absolutely ready to rock, ready to, you know, break the world with his skills. The Magician has all of the tools on the table of all of his experiences, and he can combine the spiritual, the etherical with the physical, and he can bring down manifestations like no other. And it's the beginning of another journey. It's one up from the Fool. So the Fool gains those experiences along his way, good and bad. But the Magician, and the person who embodies the Magician, and this is a card that represents Virgo, doesn't just waste those experiences. This Magician learns from them. This Magician figures out they'll be useful one day and knows how to use them on that day, and where to use them. So to clarify it with another Magician card is pretty amazing. There's this feeling here of the ancient ones, in my eyes, for the pyramids never ever, you know, had people somehow transport huge stones and carve these huge stones just by hand, with materials that weren't even found where the pyramids are. To me, I visualize them being able to absolutely have the connected knowledge that has been stolen from us for so long and so much, to truly manifest through thought, to manifest physical matter through the magician's skills of thought, to bring forth the manifestations. So know this, Virgo, if this resonates with you, know this. These plans, with these two cards that are repeating also in the first week and second week, these plans, these exciting, passionate horizons that you want to explore, know that you are more than capable, and more than deserving to go and explore, and really have used this whole experience of lockdown as nothing more than a catalyst to recognize how powerful you are, how much wisdom you hold, how nothing has been wasted. Even this time of isolation has not been wasted, because for you it has acted like a firebomb under your bottom to say, right, okay, when this is all over, I'm going to do all of this and more. I'm going to travel around all of here and more. My footprints will be on this land and on that land, and I'll connect with tribes, I'll connect with people of the land that I walk on, real people. I'll have real experience, and I'm going to build up this magician's tool bag more and more and more as I go along. So know that this is a very powerful month for you, Virgo, and that you are using it wisely, and it is your journey. Like, everybody has their own individual journey, and it's okay to not carry those who really don't like you, or really don't respect you or love you the way that they should, or the way that they could, not should. And it's your right to move away from that. It's your right to use the treatment that you've had from those people as a learning experience, as another tool on your magician's table. Nothing more, nothing less. There's no hurt here. There's just moving forward in your journey. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Air King. So again, that discernment. This Air King really does value loyalty. And so you embodying that, you know, you recognize where there isn't loyalty and where there is loyalty. This king knows his people. This king knows who he has around him. This king speaks his truth, and he stands firm in his truth. And that's where you're going to be. On the bottom of the other deck, we have the Nine of Wands. And it's that waiting feeling, that nearly there feeling. But again, they're wands. They know they're fiery, they're passionate, they're all lessons learned. And it's only one more from the 10. And we can see from the start to the end of your reading, you very definitely have moved through a huge growth and expansive cycle during the month of April. So much love to you, Virgo. This is an awesome reading. Powerful reading. Go you. Make those plans. Don't let anything stop you. Be safe, and be discerning, but go for it. Go for everything that you've been planning to go for and more, and have fun doing it. Much love to you and to everybody around you. If you would like a private reading, you can book me with any of the contact details above or below this video, depending on where you're watching it. You can also message me on Facebook Messenger, at True Divine 44. Put in capitals, reading or energy work, depending on the service you require, just so I can catch the message easier amongst all of the other messages. Please go over, if you're not on YouTube already, and subscribe to YouTube, True Divine 44. and or both, go over to Facebook, True Divine 44, and like and follow that page also for more content. If it's reached your heart, then I'm happy. If it's guided and inspired you, then I'm even more happy. And if you want to support me, guide and inspire me also, that makes me truly awesomely happy. So much love, be balanced and be whole. Mwah.